What's up, my friends? Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Here we are with Ace, and we are inside the Chantry here. We're going to go ahead and see if we can talk to some people, meet the people around Haven, maybe pick up some little quest here, and then take it from there. Let's look in the journal, though, see if we have anything that did update. Wow, we got a bunch of stuff here, actually. Lost Souls. I don't think we're doing that right now. Let's see. Haven's best and the brightest. Even with these trying times, good help is not hard to find. Explore Haven and meet some of the Inquisition's crafting masters. Let's set that as active. Know thy enemy. Some items recovered in battle may later be worth studying, obviously. Then we have the breach is calm, but the trouble is only beginning. Travel to the Hinterlands to speak with Mother Giselle. We have the Storm Coast and Fallow Mire. We will read that when it's more prevalent to when we're actually going to do them missions. Right now, it's just going to confuse us with more shit piling on. More shit piling on to shit. Even though it's not shit because it's wonderful shit if it is shit. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk to people. Let's do... I'm guessing we should probably do, since we're here, let's just do it in order. Let's do Josephine first. Excuse me, ma'am. Ace is here.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Master Cadash, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
So, first of all, Ace looks like he's just about to uppercut the hell out of this guy. He's like mean mugging him. He's about to just rearrange his chin. That's the first thing I noticed. But the whole thing here with this guy seems like he's a noble. And the whole mask thing obviously throws Ace off. He doesn't really know Orlesian customs that well. He has went to Orlais, obviously smuggled, but it's never been one of his favorite spots. But let's dig before we go ahead and offend this guy, because we probably will.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
See, this is what makes RP a little bit hard sometimes, especially for a completionist like me. Right then and there, Ace said he never heard of someone owning Chantry or something like that outside or owning Haven outside the Chantry, but how would he know that fully? He doesn't really know areas that well. He came down here, but it's not like he knows every single area that well. So that's kind of like out of character, but that's still not, like, I would like to ask questions, you know? As RPer, it's hard to like not want to ask the questions, but sometimes you look at stuff and you're like, well, I'm not saying that. But like the things in this game with the whole wanting to investigate, I believe we should. So let's just put that aside and say he just knew. He's very knowledgeable with the world. He's not a dumb dwarf. Alright, so its followers need shelter. The Divine's advisors found it, and we all have bigger problems. So the Divine's followers did find Haven, the followers need shelter, and we all have bigger problems. He would think right now we all have a bit bigger problems than squabbling over some damn land here.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the d'Aurelion's rightful property.
Has Empress Selene officially acknowledged your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferelden's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress has not yet had the opportunity to do so.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
We're gonna stay regardless.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are our legion. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Demons are pouring out the rift and you're worried about this stupid land. Sorry for interrupting, you handled the Marquis well, and so the Marquis was bluffing. Yeah.
His Grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Val Royeaux. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition's story. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
I'm glad you're here. Damn right, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. Some fucking nobles. Some Marquis. Who even cares?
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
Yeah, this is something Ace definitely wants to know. He wants to dig into everyone's background. He wants to know everything about everyone. Because he wants to know if he can trust these people. We don't even know who the hell these people are. We're getting to know them here, some way or another.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
You know what comes to mind here? I know this sounds terrible, but since we're a fucking duster, which we are, he would definitely like this necklace. Not that he would steal it from her, but I'm just saying. If it just happened to be laying around, he might nick it. But not like he's gonna steal it right off her body. But, I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about that in this time, but I just am. So I'm glad to have you here. Having you around can't hurt. These politics are ridiculous. He does not like politics. He hates politics and nobles like that. So this bullshit is damn ridiculous to him, he would think.
If every noble wandering by is as stubborn as the Marquis, what good is it talking to them?
Every kingdom is subject to its lords. The Inquisition will require their goodwill to survive. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
So she is our ambassador, but she seems a bit different than that guy. That guy was kind of a piece of work. You see the way he was looking down at us? I'm telling you, Ace wanted to rearrange it for him.
Greetings.
So let's go ahead and dig. I want to get the initial conversation with these companions and the people around Haven, and I also want to dig once. But I want to leave some of this stuff for other times. Let's ask her about herself. Do you believe I'm holy?
What business are the Monteliers in, exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the Waking Sea.
But not anymore?
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montelier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
So she's been into, like, political stuff probably her whole damn life here. So she definitely would be useful to have around. And she does seem like she is fully on our side. She did go hard on that guy a bit too. She even would have went harder if we picked different stuff, but...
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Do you believe I'm holy? It's so interesting to say this because Ace does not believe, but I guess he is kind of curious how other people would feel about it.
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, your worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fade who saved you, well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Toodles, take it easy, Josephine. She's an interesting one. I believe Ace could, maybe get along with her well, even though he does not like the, nobility type stuff, but she seems a bit different. She's very respectful so far, and she does seem like she has the Inquisition's, interest in hand here. And the thing is with Ace, like I said earlier, like, he wouldn't want to work with officials, he wouldn't want to work with law enforcement, only if... He definitely will, he would adapt to the situation, obviously, as I keep saying, but... This Inquisition seems very honorable to him, because they are at least fighting the damn hole in the sky. Out of the whole world, everyone's just turning their back, don't give a shit. So the Inquisition seems to be the only thing that's working towards taking out this breach, so he's going to do everything in his power to get this damn thing built up. Excuse me, ma'am. Enemies drop unique collectibles. Bring them to the researcher to learn more about foes. Earn combat bonuses against them. Excuse me.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Damn right, I found something for you. A bunch of stuff. I got about 50 million nug feet, oddly, because, you know, all the farming I did off camera, I killed about 5 million nugs out there.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Cool, well, let's go ahead and do that then.
Thank you. Please
Do we
tell
have more?
me if you find something.
Alright, well, we can bullshit with her later. We have her quest on board. Let me see something, though.
You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
I want to wait until we might get an option, which we might not actually get that right now. You know what, let's just talk to her.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You're in the minority, I agree. I don't trust mages. Well, Ace trusts his mages as much as he trusts his Templars, which is kind of wishy-washy there. He does trust them. He has no problem with mages whatsoever. All of his money comes from mages more than Templars. He has sold lyrium to Templars, but most of his income comes from selling stuff to mages, and he took a lot of jobs from mages too. So he trusts mages just like any other person. You know what I mean? If they give him reasons to trust them, just like Templars or mages, if they don't, then they don't. Then, I mean, like I said, it's just like trusting mages is just like trusting another person, an ordinary person without magic. To him, it doesn't matter. So, but he does know of the Chantry and the circles down here, so he would definitely think she's in the minority.
Most Circle mages I've met have a different opinion of the Templars.
They have not lived my life. I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
I fucking love this, friends. I'm so like, I don't know why, just random just these random NPCs. I just love talking to them in Haven. I feel like Ace, before we head out on our missions, he would definitely want to go around and meet everybody that he can because he wants to know who's here and who's not here. You know what I mean? Because he's going to keep his eye on the area and make sure everything's safe. For the most part, at least. He's not going to be one to just say, Haven's Haven, let's roll out. So I really feel the necessity of wanting to just talk to everybody right now. It just feels like that's just what he would do before he would head out on missions. He wants to know everything he possibly can and then go headstrong right into whatever comes. So I would think that he didn't meet too many Tranquil. He may have, but nah, because his stuff was just under the table, kinda, just behind the shadows. I wouldn't say they're monsters. That's awful that they kind of left them, but I guess that would explain a lot. I guess you would think that would explain a lot.
No wonder you'd rather stay in the circle. You had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
They're lucky to have you. Why? Yeah, he would want to know why.
Why would you want to spend time with the Tranquil?
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
Damn right.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
Well, you keep collecting that shit and it's gonna make me stronger, girl. Alright, let's look at the inventory because I did pick up stuff off camera, but I obviously didn't put it on. There was something... A weighted dagger. Here, look at this. Why can't I wear that? Oh. There we go. I also got Hater's Razor, which is going to be fucking very nice, and that was just a lucky find early on. Alright, well, we're fucking 20 minutes in almost, and we only talked to 2 people. This is going to be a long one, friends, and I'm fucking on board, baby. I don't even care. This is the type of stuff that builds our characters together. You guys can see me flesh Ace out in front of you. Literally.
How can you be so calm with everything we believe?
What's up, dwarf?
I don't need some old woman in Valraya to tell me how to work.
Let's see, we have to meet the smith, the quartermaster, and the apothecary. So let's meet the quartermaster. Excuse me, ma'am.
If you've got lyrium to sell, Commander Cullen is handling all purchases. Oh, you're him. Thrin, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
You know, I might just go ahead and take Cullen up on that offer. If he's going to buy some lyrium, I'll go ahead and sell his ass some. Don't think we won't. We're ready to make that money, baby. 2 bits for a bundle, whatever the hell it is.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
I understand Loghain joined the Grey Wardens after the Blight ended.
Yes. A mercy, people called it. Serving the Order they say he betrayed. He could have led Ferelden to greatness. Instead, he lives in exile, fighting Darkspawn until the day he dies.
Excuse me?
Can I help you with something?
We already asked her job.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Well, we definitely have the iron. Interesting, because
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
I wanted to talk to her about the situation with Loghain. I think Ace would find it kind of commendable that she stuck with her opinions on Loghain. I believe he kind of would have agreed with that situation, because Ace wouldn't really think Loghain is terrible, because to him Loghain is almost the same kinda. I mean, Loghain's kind of evil. He was evil in the beginning of Origins, but he has that by any means necessary type of thing going on that Ace has too. So he would kind of agree with her that he would find it like commendable that she still supports Loghain and stuff. What's up, Liliana?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Well, I wouldn't say we speak for Andraste there.
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I can't speak for Andraste. I'm as confused as you, and bad things happen. So she says if the Maker willed this, what if it's not a game or a cruel joke? Well, Ace doesn't speak for Andraste. I'm as confused as you. He is damn confused. And bad things happen. I think he would really want to say that he does not speak for Andraste, though.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
You could blame her killers, people die, my sympathies. He would have sympathies for her. He would also think it would be more necessary to blame the killers. People die. Get over it. People die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her?
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant
Nothing.
These are your damn problems, not mine. Get over it. Let me help you. Why are you telling me this? She seems like she wants to vent, and Ace is not heartless by any means. But he would think it's very straightforward, and he would wonder why she is exactly telling us this.
I'm not really the best person to talk to. Doesn't the Chantry have people for this?
So I should let a priest comfort me? No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Oh, that was cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see if we can actually get to some of the damn companions here. We got Solus over here, and then the Apothecary. Let's go to the Apothecary first, actually. Let's get his tidbit out of the way, because Solus is going to be interesting. I cannot wait to talk to him. Excuse me, let me in. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in wilderness and upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions. Wish your party members. Use the upgrade station. Okay, I get it. Excuse me, sir. How are you?
With the potions. We have so many injured.
We'll get them back on their feet, sister. Don't you worry.
Get them back on their feet, and they're going to be out there fighting.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I know you can, like, move this around. Usually, right? How the fuck do you do it? I know you can do it on console. I really never played this game on PC, so I'm kind of fucking new. Excuse me, Adon. How do I move around in conversation here, sir?
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
Look at this creepy fucking shrine he's got of Seymour Burns over here. Goodness. And we're not done yet. Let's bring a little light. Ace would definitely maybe bring a little light to the situation here.
It has been a rough few days.
That's an understatement. And more ahead if the weather is any indication. Name's Adon. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
You're a bit cranky. You're kind of an asshole, sir. But I like you.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
You know, I feel like Ace would get this guy out of the situation that he's in if we had someone else to put here. Since he is definitely gifted elsewhere in alchemy, he said. So he would be the type of person to get this guy the hell out of here to something that he is damn good at. Not a healer.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Excuse me, I wasn't done there, sir.
You're back. And in one piece.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajan's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Alright, well, we will definitely look for this Master Tajan's notes. Alright, let's talk to a companion, damn it. Solus, what's up, friend?
The chosen of Andraste. The blessed heroes sent to save us all.
I'm not a hero. I don't think Ace would just say he's not a hero. I hope the B1 sounds dashing. You know, Ace, with a chaotic nature, and he has his good nature too, he also is somebody that likes to have a little fun at times. He's also someone that indeed will flirt. You know, he's not a stranger to flirting and joking around too. So, I feel like he would joke around this situation here, talking about heroes.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary.
Am I riding in on a shiny nug?
I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
I'm fucking curious too. So, let's see. Solus and Ace. Solus is an interesting one to Ace because Ace would indeed respect the fact that Solus, as a, they call it apostate or whatever, has willingly came along to help the Chantry of all things to go ahead and close the breach. But I believe Ace has this respect thing with him. I mean, the first time we met Solus, he grabs our hand, throws it up there, and that's like full force getting to the problem right then and there. I don't give a shit who you are, give me your hand, boom. And you're gonna, you know, we're gonna fix the problem here. And Ace respects that, man. So he wants to know more about Solus in general. And I feel like we'll get into it more as we go, but I feel like he would definitely be so intrigued by Solus here almost more than anybody else so far.
What do you mean ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
Alright, so the whole thing, let's see, this Solus is talking about the Fade. He knows so much about the Fade, or he dreams in the Fade, and likes to go to the Fade and dreams, is what he's saying here, basically. So, that would not be so strange to Ace here. He almost sounds like a dreamer type of thing, and I would think in Tevinter, Ace had met someone like that in his time. So, the thing that makes Solus so intriguing to Ace is that Ace has this humming green magic coming out of his hand. And for him, he would honestly feel that the best way to kind of understand this magic is definitely to ask somebody that seems to know a good deal on the situation here. And to him, Solus seems so knowledgeable. And Ace would want to kind of... Solus to him seems very interesting and all. He does. But I feel like Ace would almost play Solus to kind of agree with a lot of his stuff, just so he can kind of use him for the information. Not saying that he would fully use him in general, because that's kind of his thought process on the, you know, wanting to know more about Solus as it is. But to him in general, not even using Solus to get the information that he needs, he would still find him so intriguing to just talk to him and try to learn more about everything, the situation. We have no other option but to learn more about the Fade and this magic, or mages in general, because of the magic that's going on in the world now. So, like I said, Ace would definitely be so intrigued to talk to Solus, and I'm rambling. So he does set wards and leaves food for the fucking giant spiders. I think Ace would think that's pretty impressive, to be honest. Just takes some guts to do something like that.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
So he said he never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. Ace is not a stranger with this whole magic stuff, friends. He's a dwarf, yes, but he knows a good deal about magic, and he knows a good deal about the Fade. He just doesn't know if it's fully real, because, you know, dwarfs in the Fade can't be a thing. So he almost thinks it could be an illusion, the whole situation with the lady and the Fade leading us out, but your fears don't matter. We have bigger problems. Cassandra will protect you. Well, I feel like, and Ace would feel like at this point, that if he is worried about what's going to happen afterwards, I think Cassandra would very well protect him. And if he is going to help us in the whole situation here, which he definitely does seem, Ace would protect him too. To keep everyone together working at that task of closing this damn breach.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Oh, don't you go walking away from me there, Solus. I'm going to talk to you, friend.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
So that would be very interesting to Ace, and he would be the type of person that would catch on to that. He said any artifact of such power is dangerous. How does he know it was an artifact? Ace would be a little bit sketched right now about what's going on. But he would still not let it show so he can learn more.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
It's not a priority. So again, like I said, the artifact situation, that'd be so weird to Ace. How does he know? In his mind, he would wonder if he has something going on with the situation too, but there is something. I think he would agree actually on the situation here.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
He's got, tell him about the Fade and himself. Let's ask him. We'll talk to him later.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Does that stuff go away? Hold on here. Come here, Soulless.
Greetings.
Tell me about yourself and the Fade. We will ask them that later.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Toodles, have a good day. Alright, well, we may very well get to all the people here in this episode, I hope, because I would like to get to the Hinterlands next episode for sure. Come here.
Fix the door just like you asked, Flisser.
You dusters better have a beer for me in here.
Templars, everyone.
Master Harriet said I should go back right away.
Come here.
Oh, mate, are you him? You were the Herald of Andraste, and you were sent to remind us that we failed to support the dwarves when the Darkspawn attacked. I think dwarves are very respectable, and I've always liked stone. And, I mean, I'm Flisser. Can I get you a drink?
I don't love the stone. Well, the stone never did anything for Ace, so I would say he probably don't love the stone. But would he say that? Though, I don't feel like he would say that. Just go ahead and mock the dwarven stuff like that. I don't love the stone now. He would more or less tell her to relax.
It's all right, Flisser. I won't do anything frightening.
If you wanted to close the breach, I wouldn't mind. As I said, I'm Flisser. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Liliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
She's so freaking cute, man. I love this lady. She's such a small part, but she's so damn cute. Had a great little personality. Such a nice lady.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harriet is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can't make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minay. He studies beasts and things, as I understand.
You said Liliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Liliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
Take it easy.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Next time I come in here, you better have people doing cake stands, girl. Alright, well, let's go and see if we can find Varric around here. Where are you fucking duster? There he is. Excuse me. What's up, pleb?
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Too many people died up there. I'm fine. This is all fucking bullshit. I'm just glad to be alive. I can barely keep up. Too many people died up there. I'm fine. This is bullshit. Honestly, Ace would be glad that he's damn alive with all the situation that's going on here. But to be honest with you, I feel like he would be a lot dumbfounded here more than anything about the whole damn situation that's going on. So much shit is just slapping him in the face right now.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes two of us. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I was fortunate it hasn't sunk in yet. We need to close the breach. Full force to the point here.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Damn right, Varric. Well, I want to pick up Varric's personal quest here, so come here.
Need something?
Questions about Hawk? Damn right. Tell me about Sandoa, but later. Not right now, sir.
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the deep roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
Ace would never have encountered red lyrium, so he would be really intrigued on what the hell it even is. So he has no idea what it is. He's never seen it in any of his travels, or even heard about it until now.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the thaig it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Alright, we got Varric's quest on board. Hell yeah. Let's get down here and keep talking to more people. I do want to see if we can get to the rest of the people here, because I do full force want to get to the Hinterlands next episode. So come here.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
I appreciate that. Like, make you a prophet, we'll see. Such as... I think Ace would be a little bit forward here, because this guy does seem like a shyster to him.
Ideally while wearing and wielding gear purchased here, yes?
Precisely. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. And everyone's sort of digesting the idea of a dwarf maybe, possibly, being sent by Andraste herself. It's, not really what anyone was expecting. Herself included, I wager.
Damn right.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Alright, well, he indeed has some good shit. So, I will sell off camera. I don't feel like dealing with that right now, but when I'm here, I would like to buy the Bianca stuff for Varric. And then, hold on here, hold on. Let's buy one of these, and one of these. Because we're going to put all that stuff in the Varric's bow. I'll sell all this junk that we have later.
I spoke with Commander Cullen. I apologize for what I said earlier.
It's nothing. Now, Scout Plane, what can you tell me of Redcliffe?
The mages have been quiet since their attack on the Conclave.
Their attack? Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
Well, I had assumed.
Don't. Our job is to acquire actionable information. Assumptions can lead you to overlook something vital.
I like this conversation between these two. I just like the random banter in this game. I'm going to try to take in all of it as much as I can. Alright, so we have Colin out here and Cassandra. We have a few more people, the blacksmith and the Templar as well. Let's go ahead and talk to Cullen first. Excuse me, sir.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I'm glad I'm here. I like to stand out. It wasn't my choice.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I believe the mark will help. Everything's a mess. You trust the Inquisition? Everything is a mess here. Does Ace believe in the mark actually working? I think he would. I think he would definitely believe that the mark would work. So I think at this point he would maybe give Cullen a little bit of more hope to may even bolster our forces, giving Cullen hope, and then he can give his troops hope.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work, I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
I like your enthusiasm. I don't mind. You've thought this through, and no, not really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Ace would really like his enthusiasm for sure. So, even though it is a flirt option, well, like I said, Ace is no stranger to flirting with people no matter what. He does like to have fun.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Fella didn't know what to do. A dwarf flirted with me. Holy shit, what am I supposed to do now? Goodness. Let's bullshit with one more.
Yes?
Are you with anyone? Are you like the Templars? Tell me about you. Tell me about our colleagues. Anything I should know? Let's ask him about himself. Get to know him a little bit better here.
I should get to know you better. We're working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right, where are you from?
How to act for Relden. Let's read this later, actually.
I grew up in Ferelden, near Honwood. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Holy moly.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
So he has all of this stuff too. You know, I'm going to test something out here. I want to see if we can come back.
I'll let you return to your work.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Let me see if we can...
Was there something you needed?
Now, tell me about yourself.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
Oh?
And this stuff stays there. Very cool. I could not remember if that did it.
I'll let you return to your work.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Because I would at least like to talk to Cassandra before we head out here. The beginning of next episode, we'll probably touch base with a few more people, and then we're going to head to the Hinterlands, damn it.
Ugh.
You're impressive. Are you alright? You need stronger dummies. Was that supposed to be me? You wouldn't think that that's him. Not at this point. I think he's grown to trust her. I mean, look at his face. He's like bamboozled by her right now. Are you alright? You need stronger dummies? I feel like Ace would really say this, but in the same aspect, he would definitely compliment on her on being impressive, because she damn is impressive to him.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
What she did was foolish. It's too late to turn back. You had to do it. I think Ace would respect that she went full force and did what she did. She did not look back behind her. She picked his little dwarf ass up, threw him to the rift, just like Solus threw his hand up there, and put Roderick in his place and the rest of the Chantry. So he would think that she had to do it. He would be pretty impressed by it, because that's how Ace would do things.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
You had cause, glad to hear it, and no, you can't. I'm gonna be honest, Ace definitely would think that she can't really be careless again, but the situation is Ace didn't think she was careless though. But if it was a different situation, he would say, no, you can't. As in, like, you gotta always stay on point if we want to close this breach. But to him, I feel like he would definitely think that she had cause to do what she did.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I'm a dwarf, remember? I don't know, no, and yes. I would like to say I'm a dwarf because it is the dialogue, as in unique to the dwarf, but Ace would not throw that out there because I'm a dwarf. I don't believe in your gods. He's been around it way more than he's been around any of the ancestors. He's barely even been around. He's probably barely been to Orzammar and, you know, underground. So I feel like more or less he would say he doesn't know. He wouldn't say no, and he would not say yes. To him, he just don't know what to believe.
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Cass is a good person, man. Even if you don't believe, it still doesn't shake her. Like, let me tell you something. Like, outside of RP, when I first played this game, like the very first time, she made me just believe. Just the way she is. I had this belief in the Chantry and just, I was the Herald of Andraste. I felt like that was Andraste really leading me out. But she was like the staple to this that just made me really believe. Her faith is not zealous. It's not cringy to me. It's just really well done. She's just a really amazing character. And I just really respect her. And I love that. I love who she is. I just don't know how to explain it other than just saying that I just love who Cassandra is. She is such a good person, man. I love it. But anyways, that's enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and head out. When we get back, I want to dig into a little bit more with Cassandra since it will be the beginning of the episode. And I also need to talk to the damn blacksmith over here and get things started with the crafting stuff. And we're going to have to obviously go off and find that stuff, which is easy to the point. And I would like to talk to this Lizette person, but we will be indeed heading to Haven, or not Haven, the Hinterlands next episode, because we definitely need to start going about closing the breach. I think Ace at this point feels pretty content with who he met in Haven so far, but there is a few more stones he needs to turn. But anyways, my friends, stay safe out there, have a good one, and I will see you next time. Take care.